hottest in the game, ready to ignite. Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. Summoning creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright. Caffeine runs fueling his creativity inside. Got a YouTube channel where he's shining so bright. MTG3, the show that takes flight. He's a lyrical beast, spitting fire with every bite. Rap metal flow, pounding beats to insight. No one can stop him, he's on a meteoric height. Super fast tortoise, the champion of the fight.
Good morning, hope you're up. Enjoy that coffee in your cup. Good morning from the shelf. Super fast tortoise does so well. Sit back, relax, time to chillax. Face the facts, morning coffee show intact. Let's enjoy the show, let's enjoy the flow. Morning coffee is the best. Chatting with friends, we are blessed. Into the mood, coffee for every dude. Have fun, enjoy the show. Let this channel grow. Let's enjoy the show. Morning coffee is the best. Chatting with friends, we are blessed. Into the mood, coffee for every dude.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Everybody, welcome to Super Fast Tortoise. You rock, you rule. Thank you for stopping by and being amazing. Here we got Hillbilly, we got KJ Cowboy Dan, we got Hellwheeler, we got a packed house full of fun, and we're gonna have a blast today. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. You're perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, it's turned out to be a good morning. I got myself a nice cup of coffee, so I went to the store yesterday to get some food, right? And I noticed that they were had all those pumpkin spice creamers on sale. I stocked up on pumpkin spice creamer. I got Blonde Girl in my refrigerator for days.
I don't get the fascination with pumpkin spice flavored coffee.
Neither do I. Neither do I. It tastes like pumpkin pie. It ruins the flavor of the coffee, and it takes you out of the
Give me
experience
coffee.
of Thanksgiving, right?
How dare you? How dare you say it ruins coffee? It makes coffee taste even better, Dave Blanket. That's
What's
what I
wrong
got.
with coffee being coffee on its own? Just au naturel, good old coffee.
Right.
Well, sometimes you just want that little sweetness to it.
Oh yeah,
A little spice to it.
I use Swiss hot chocolate with marshmallows in my coffee.
Oh,
All
yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, if
too.
anything, I might add a bit of vanilla flavoring. Vanilla always works quite nicely, or a sort of a toffee.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to keep your coffee. You
See,
gotta
my
keep
wife
that
likes her
coffee
coffee
bean.
black, right? She likes the natural flavor of coffee more than she likes the regular mixed flavors and creamers. When she does get a mixed flavor creamer, she gets like hazelnut, which is really delicious. But like pumpkin spice, we tried pumpkin spice. There's something about the back taste of the flavor that's so weird. Now I cannot get into pumpkin spice coffee.
I love pumpkin spice coffee. I just love flavored coffee in general. Man, I just like any kind of coffee. I mean, coffee is coffee to me, as long as it has a good taste.
Yeah.
I mean, I can drink it black. I can drink it black. I can drink it with cream. I can drink it coffee any dang on way possible. But
See, I have a system.
A system for coffee.
Yeah, well, see, I wake up in the morning. My first couple of cups are with cream and sugar. I remove the sugar after the next cup, and throughout the day, I drink. And the later on in the day, closer towards lunchtime, it's most likely going to my lunchtime, not yours, people. It's most likely going to be black. So,
Zombie.
it's
Hello.
it's a system.
Thinking of black coffee, we have a zombie in chat.
zombie.
What about?
Sugar.
Cane shaker. But no, you know what? I have a system to my coffee too. It's called a coffee pot. I use it like a system, and it works like a system, and it brews my coffee like it's a systematic machine that's supposed to work that way.
I mean, I just use my spoon. I put my coffee in my mug. I put my hot water in my mug, and then I stir. Oh, look, do you know what? My coffee's made.
It sounds like Insta coffee.
I mean, yes, I do now have a percolator, so, not percolator, cafetiere. So if I'm feeling like I want the really nice coffee, then I'll use the ground coffee and do that. But I've got a limited supply of that. So for a
I'm blaming it.
generic one, it's unfortunately instant.
Hey, you know what? Coffee's coffee. Take it how you can. We use
Yeah.
instant coffee in this house as flavoring when we make desserts. Like if we want a chocolate coffee flavored cake, we'll add instant coffee to the cake batter to give it a coffee taste. Or if we're making a shake, like a chocolate shake, and we want coffee flavor, we'll add some instant coffee to that to add a coffee flavor to it. It works really good as an ingredient, more than it
That's
does.
quite a cool idea. I'm gonna have to keep track of that one.
Yep.
Right? It's pretty good. And yes, Tortoise is not wearing his hat today. He's going old school with the shirt because memes today. Memes. It was hard looking for memes today, but god damn it. And I
See, when I don't wear my hat, I feel like my brain's going to escape.
well,
It keeps my brains, inside my head.
stops you from wondering. Stops you from wondering. Right?
Talking about drinks, I used to take lemonade, country time lemonade, take a little bit of that, throw it in my blender, fill the rest of it up with ice cream, make milkshakes like that. The
Oh, nice.
house here loves it. It's not hard either, but you think it would. But it ain't.
For some reason, I never could drink lemonade and be okay with it because lemonade always gives me heartburn.
I mean, if I had a blender and enough space in the freezer to like always have a big tub of vanilla ice cream, I would definitely make my own milkshakes because especially if you put a chocolate bar or two in, they're just so good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do make my own milkshakes.
Yeah, that's right. Because all the milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. That's right. They're better than yours. Four keeps. That's a good idea as an ingredient. That's right. It is. We learned it from watching YouTube people do lots of baking stuff, and I've tried it out before. Like I love cream cheese. I love cream cheese pies, like no bake cream cheese pies, which are also known as cheesecake, but it's like a no bake cheesecake. And I like that one time I made a chocolate one and a chocolate coffee one, and it tasted so good, so good.
Not bad.
Look at us. We're talking about food. This is like a big dream,
Well,
He does.
it's expected with Hillbilly. He's always thinking about food.
Right?
Yeah.
I imagine when he's off screen, he's like the Cookie Monster, but with just food in general. He's like food, nom 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 nom, and his wife,
like Pac-Man.
his wife's staring at him in the kitchen. Says, "Hillbilly, no, wait, we still got a week. We need to eat."
Y'all know me too dang gone well here, Dag Blanket.
Right? Pac-Man going around the puzzles, eating little dots. That was actually based off a true story of Hillbilly at a buffet where he just goes around and goes nom 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 nom, eating everything. Yeah.
Are we sure that Hillbilly doesn't hibernate? He's not just storing food for the winter, and then we're going to just lose track of him for a little bit because he's found a little hole and he's now just curled up for a few months.
Right? Like so far, he's been here with me all year. I hasn't hibernated at all.
Well, it's about time for me to go hibernate.
Four Keep says, I make my own ice cream sometimes too. My mom has mango trees in her yard in South Florida, and they make some of the best ice cream I ever ate. That's right. Mango. I love homemade ice cream. Have you ever tried snow ice cream? My wife made some one time. It's weird. It's like you gather clean snow from outside and you mix like ice cream ingredients in it, some cheap ones, and you make an ice cream out of it. It tastes all right. It's not horrible.
Snow and vanilla extract. Mix that together, and there you go.
There you go. Forget the cream part of the ice cream. Don't put any milk in it.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of milk in that too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
There's a process. There's a process she did. I don't remember the process, but she made it. Snow ice cream. So I grew up eating that in the Appalachian Mountains. Nice. Woo-woo.
Mm.
But you know what else is good? Cheeseburgers. I'm craving a cheeseburger right now. I want a cheeseburger. The
So
one
because you're
cheeseburger.
craving one, the rest of us now also have to be inflicted upon the crave for one.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm kind of craving some homemade meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
And luckily, got some in the refrigerator.
You definitely want some meatloaf. You do anything for love, but I
Yeah.
But I
won't.
won't
eat that.
do that.
I got something for this.
He's like, wait, hold on. Everybody, I'm prepared.
Pause the joke, everyone.
Here we go.
Pause the joke.
There.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheeseburgers.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, look, Hillbilly's about to retaliate. The
I
cheeseburger
sure
wings
am.
about to fly, right?
We've got donuts there.
Donuts. Go nuts for
Donuts.
donuts.
Donuts, cheeseburgers, shakes, drinks. Got it all. Even got onion rings.
Oh,
And what,
man.
that will last a couple of minutes with Hillbilly?
Right?
Just quick.
That's right. Burp, 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 burp.
Get a conveyor belt just to help, slide it in easier.
Right. He just opens his mouth, leans over the table, and the table's worth of food just goes, nah, 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 nah. He's like, nah, 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 nah. You know he's done when you hear the sound. Game over.
Pac-Man ran out of food.
Bah, bah, bah. Poor hillbilly. Picking on him for eating.
Hey, my doctor always told me I was underweight. I don't know why, because I could eat all this food in one set.
Ah, man, I get barely past a triple Whopper anymore than eat all that kind of food.
I mean,
Listen.
triple? I can barely get past one patty, let alone 3.
Ah, see, in America, we're fat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
I'm quite a small eater. I'm more of like give me lots of kids meals, sort of in regularly about the day, and I'll probably be better. But give me a whole big old meal, and I'm just going like, I'm stuffed, and you're looking at the plate, and there's like still at least half a plate full, and you're like, I don't want to waste it, but my tummy is tiny.
We love our food here.
Oh yeah, I always get the family bundle, which is 2 Whoppers with cheese, 2 onion rings, and 2 nuggets and a chicken sandwich.
Just for yourself,
Right.
or are you feeding Q and Seven at the same time?
I'll sit there and I'll munch on that all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Get it
Right.
like lunchtime, and it's you don't need to worry about dinner that day.
Well, I do.
I've got
course
roast
you do.
carvery later.
Ah. Man, like I could eat a triple Whopper, some fries, and a large drink. That's what I'm craving right now. I'm craving cheeseburger. I want a cheeseburger.
Meatloaf.
No cheeseburger ever really satisfies me. Like I have the thought of a cheeseburger and I'm like, oh, I really want one. And then I go get it and I take a bite. And it's kind of the same with a bacon butty in the morning. I take a bite and it's just like, this isn't what I was wanting. This doesn't live up to. I have way better expectations in my head for what this should be tasting like. But maybe if I take another bite.
What is it? Well, I don't know what kind of cheeseburgers you're having because most cheeseburgers we get here in the U.S., right, has lettuce, tomatoes, has mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, sometimes mustard, not always.
It's the
But ketchup.
patties. I haven't found somewhere that does a really nice patty. They're all just kind of a bit too.
If you're
cheap.
going to a fast food joint, you're not going to find too many that do really nice patties. If you want a nice patty and a burger, you got to go to a nice little burger joint that's like that sells burgers in a fashion that's not fast food. Like
I mean, I'm not a fan of the.
I like
your
going to Red
American
Robin for a
slice
good
of cheese
burger.
So I have to find somewhere that does a proper burger, as I say,
Five
real
guys.
cheese.
5 guys.
Well,
Oh,
if you're in Roy City, Utah, and you want a good burger, go to Burger Bar where they sell the Big Ben. You can get a triple Big Ben. You get a 12 patty Big Ben if you really want to buy it. But they have the best burgers of shake in Utah all around. So sponsor me, Burger Bar, even though I don't live in Utah.
Investable collectibles.
Investable collectibles. What's up? Hello. Hello. All right, now let's get to the first bumper of the day.
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. Summoning creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright.
Woo! Wow, we had a lot of conversation about food and stuff going on there. Hope that got you woken up in the morning, probably hungry, probably eating that nice bowl of Captain Crunch right now in front of the TV, watching the Super Fast Tortoise Saturday morning show. Even though it's not Saturday, it's Friday, and
It's all right. We'll get there.
you know, kind of like when he's a kid watching morning cartoons. You know, because most people here are old enough to remember Saturday morning cartoons and all that jazz. I love cartoons. But getting back on track, we need to get back on track and where we're supposed to be. And Hillbilly knows where we're supposed to be as he finishes that last bit of coffee. Hillbilly, what part of the day is it?
Card of the day.
Oh no, AJ, what happened? What happened?
This card was so powerful, it's literally kicked him out.
Right?
Well, what it is, talking about all that food, and all that food just made them way too much to be on here, and it just kicked them out.
Right? All that food. He's like, I can't fit he's like, I only can fit so much food in my little jar. Still need room to finagle my head around the biting of a burger. All right. So the card of the day is Blossom Citadel. Costs 3 generic, 3 black. It's a legendary artifact. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play the top card of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its converted mana cost rather than paying any other of its mana costs. You can tap it, sacrifice 10 non-land permanents, and each opponent loses 10 life. There's another fun card you can find in the auction coming up on the 22nd of November. Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about this card, Hillbilly?
I like it.
Nice.
Good card. Very good card.
Investable collectible. So it's cold, windy, and foggy. I'm sorry the weather's like that. Lawson, what's up?
See, I wouldn't mind if somebody built me a citadel that looked like that, you know? Nice little shelf to put my jar.
Gravity Hammer Bro. Bolas Citadel has won me games. I run it in my Regna and Krav deck. Hell yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Howdy, y'all. Karma.
Karma.
Sorry, I was trying to keep up with chat. We just got a big explosion of people going, whoa.
Everyone's just come in all at once.
Hell yeah. So I would like it.
Yep.
Lawson, I hated it when it was played on me, but I'll play it against you.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's bad to go up against, but good if you're playing it. You can win.
A fun card.
Win a lot of games.
Right. See, back in the day when KJ was worshipped as a head in a jar in Egypt, this was the citadel they built for his jar to be set on. So they'd set his jar on here. It'd be this massive portal behind him, and he'd control the ranks as everybody worshipped this head in a jar.
Facts.
Uh-oh. Sound like somebody's telling somebody's secrets.
Well, you know, the X-Men story of Apocalypse, it's almost similar. It's just imagine just a head in a jar.
Yeah, and I consider the term mutant offensive.
That's right. Right. Mm. I either you're born a mutant or you're made a mutant. All right. That's funny. Now let's roll on to some pictures of the day. The first picture of the day. Oh. Hey, y'all kids today spend too much time on your devices. Me in 1987 spending 3 days trying to make this jump.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there actually before on that Mario game where I just keep on falling.
Oh yeah, back in the day, we were serious about video gaming for 2D platformers, trying to figure everything out. We were trying to be the best at the game. Remember, this was during the time when you get stuck in a certain part of the game, and instead of turning the console off, you'd leave it on, just change the channel because there was no real safe spot for that spot
Yeah.
you were at.
There is no save spots on some games at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah. And then your mum comes in and turns off all the stuff because you left it on.
That's
Yep.
right.
No,
That
we've got
actually
safe power.
happened.
No, mum.
No! How can my mom betray me like that? She turned off the system. I lost my space. I was so deep in that level. That's truth.
You know, this picture could have actively been me in 1987. Just saying. I had like a little tiny television set when I got my Nintendo, and I brought that thing. Didn't even open any other presents that Christmas. I went and brought that thing into the room and read all the instructions, waited until Christmas morning to open anything else because I wanted to.
This kid is luckier than me. I mean, I went to university with a PlayStation 2, but my screen that I had was a lot smaller than that TV.
Huh?
This kid is lucky. It's got an even bigger one, and this was like the 2000s.
Right?
Yep.
Well, the 1980s. That TV is too old for 2000s.
Yep.
Well, she went to university.
Drove me nuts, says DeLawson. Battletoads is a fun game.
Oh, I loved Battletoads.
Yeah. Like they never could make games to resemble the old games. They made one a long time ago, but they never revamped the story even more. It's sad. Ninja Turtles gets more love than Battletoads, and Battletoads was like extremely impressive for back in the day.
It was.
Madam Tortoise, did you buy a big container of salt? The card of the have been flavorful lately. Yeah, they're all cards in the auction. The salty cards. Woo woo. Four Keeps. Damn, I forgot about Battletoads. Yeah, Battletoads.
How
Fun
did you forget
game.
about Battletoads?
It was a smash or beat 'em upper games, and like as you're hitting people, your fist would turn into like giant hammers and stuff in the game for fun.
Yep.
But now for the next picture of the day. Boop, boop. Offers to play Mortal Kombat with you. Leg sweep, leg sweep, leg sweep, leg sweep, leg sweep. You know, people who cheat the system and like don't play a fair game.
Well, I've been known to do that.
Investable Collectible says Extreme Worms is the last video game I played. Nice. Worms is a fun game, but it wasn't really on console until the PlayStation.
Yep. But you put somebody up in the corner and just keep on hitting them. Don't let them out of the corner. That's kind of fair, I think.
That's why I like Scorpion as he got better. He could get himself out of corners.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I like Scorpion.
Could you, dude? What's up? Hey.
Dude.
Dark chocolate coffee. That's right. But yeah, Scorpion's one of my favorite characters, even though they kind of neutered him in the later games because he's always been really powerful.
Oh yeah.
And Mortal Kombat 9 is where like I busted the character so bad. Like I took what they had and just made like one of the most busted fighters out of them. There were some fighters that were pretty good against Scorpion, but Scorpion was a pretty good contender. Like I even went competitive against the entire team of people who thought they could beat me at Mortal Kombat, which I just picked up in a day and just started playing with Scorpion. And people were playing against me, and somehow it was during training when I started at this work, and these people started playing against me. And I kept playing Scorpion, and I kept kicking their butt, and somehow I became the person to beat, and no one could beat me. Then some guy's like, you should get paid to play this game. I'm like, maybe, maybe.
I liked Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero is a good character. He's the good polar opposite to Scorpion.
Yep.
Did you play the Sub-Zero game? I think it's called Sub-Zero Chronicles or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, I never played that game in particular. It was just called Sub-Zero something.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero. It was a game that didn't do well, and the storyline was kind of bad. Tecmo Bowl.
Oh.
Wasn't that a football game?
Yeah, it was. It was on the old NES.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Next picture of the day. This is how KJ gets around town.
The box is the best stealth mechanic ever.
Right?
You look at that box, you can actually see KJ. You see that
Right.
jar, there's a jar right in the middle of that box. You can see it.
Right?
I mean, there's a reason cats love it so much. They know it's great for stealthing.
Right? KJ's like a cat. If it fits, it sits.
That's right.
Just his box needs to have "this way up" written on it, so you don't spill the contents of his jar, because he just doesn't like wearing a lid.
Well, you don't want this way up on it, because if the box is down the opposite way, and when he's hiding, and someone wants to fix it and turn it around, they'll give away the spot.
Well, you make sure that this way up is written the correct way, so nobody lifts the box up.
Mm-hmm.
No, see, it's strategic. You have one of them. If I'm hiding amongst boxes that are all right, who's going to believe that that the delivery guy left all the boxes facing in the right direction?
Right.
Seriously, I never received a package where there was something that said which direction it's supposed to be, and it actually be sitting at my door facing in the direction it's supposed to be facing. Just saying.
Yep.
You're giving the delivery guy too much credit. Then from there, then you'd be giving me less credit for hiding in that perfectly arranged box setup. No. There has to be one that says this side up, then it's upside down.
That's funny. The logistics of how it works in real life. Well, if it's an Amazon box, you got to put a couple kick dents in it and stuff,
Yeah.
Right.
Probably the wrong address.
If it was an Amazon box and I'm inside it, there's somebody running away from the door with the box I'm in.
It's funny. Next image we're going to. Not sure if N64 games are actually better, or if it's just because I was 10.
Better.
I think it's a mix of both.
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to agree.
So one thing I think people forget is how hard games were compared to nowadays, right? There's a natural hard level to older games that we had to get around and learn to play to correct, because there was more of a limited style of the game where we're stuck into our dimensions of what a game can do, where a lot of things are more open freely now. Like playing original Mario. Like I watched a video about someone talking about how it's still a harder game than you remember, because not only was it a platformer back in the day, but you had to do everything just right. And it wasn't as freeform and correcting as like the other games are.
Yeah, and you only had 3 chances to do it.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. That's right. You had 3 chances to do it. But 64 games are good. Like my favorite 64 game on the Nintendo 64 was Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, but I did play the hell out of Mortal Kombat 4.
Mm-hmm.
I love Turok.
Turok. That's right. That's right. You better love Turok. And thinking of Nintendo 64, they are coming with a 4K console that will connect to your TV and let you play old games.
Ooh.
I don't know
Cool.
if I don't know if the game has games installed on it, the console, but it's made so you can fit Nintendo 64 games into it.
Hmm. Trying to make a comeback, they are.
Oh, yeah, like to me, I mean, the 64 is a great game. I mean, that was the first time. That was the first console we got a Super Mario Brawl, not Brawl, but the battle game where all the characters fought.
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers. Thank you. It's the first game where we got Smash Brothers. I still want a copy of it for my Switch, but I can't afford it, or can't. Yeah, I can't really afford it at the moment. But I also want a copy of Mario Party.
Hmm.
You know, first console to get Mario Party. The first time they tried it, it was a small game, not as good as like the later games, but holy cow, we got a lot of later games. So those fun games for the console.
Yeah, well, they're bringing this console out. They'll have to bring some games out for it too.
Well, it's just a re-release of the N64. I think it's not even through Nintendo either. I think it's like some third-party company that's doing it.
Could be a third-party company. I just know I've been seeing advertisements for it and stuff, and it's like the console's smaller, all in general, made to fit your 4K equipment, run games of 4K TV, so it will have a decent picture, not horrible. So yeah. But see, that was picture number 4, but we got a 5th picture here. Boom. When you see the PS1, what's the first game that comes to mind?
Oh. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen one.
I don't remember what it was called. It was a paintball game, though. You were
Splatoon? No.
you were on you were this character on rollerblades, and you were going around shooting a paintball gun.
Oh, interesting.
I don't remember what the game was called, but it was the only game I had.
Sounds like a Splatoon or something.
Yeah.
It sounds like Splatoon, but I don't think it was Splatoon.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
the
Splatoon
Nintendo
existed then.
Yeah. I remember graffiti mode in Tony Hawk Pro Skater. You know, that was a PlayStation game. That was a fun game. First game that comes to my mind is actually Metal Gear Solid and Final Fantasy. The 2 games that come to my mind.
Mine's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Ooh.
Because that's the one that my godbrother had, so I never got to have a PlayStation 1, and that one was one that
Gravity
he
Hammer
had,
Bro
so-
asks Jet Set Radio. Is that the game? KJ?
I think it was. Yeah, Jet Set Radio. Yeah.
Four keeps say FF7. Man of
Oh,
Monk
that's classic there.
says
Yeah,
Spyro.
Jet Set Radio.
Yeah,
Four
it's
keeps says Resident Evil, which makes sense because it's a zombie game.
I mean, which one was that? Was that the first Resident Evil then?
Yeah. In fact, its biggest competitor back then was Parasite Eve.
but it's been so long since I've had a console. I don't remember hardly any of the games that I had.
Really? Ah, that's sad because Dino Crisis was a fun game.
Oh, Dino Crisis was great.
Right? Gravity Hammer Bro says, I got an N64, so I have no memories of the console. You still have one. That's awesome. That's awesome. Laughing out, I literally was just typing those 2 games. Nice. Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was, I played hours of Tekken 3, especially with Eddie Goro. Oh, my Lord. I loved the dancing, fighting style of Eddie Goro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I played one of the Time Crises with a friend. They were
Oh,
good
Time
fun.
Crisis. Yes.
Time Crisis. Oh, that was one of the things. Listen, I don't remember Time Crisis. I remember
That was an
Time-
arcade unit. I had an arcade unit for Time Crisis back at the
I mean, you
arcade
could
I was
get the
working at.
they did it though for the home release had the guns, so you could continue with that arcade feeling.
Mm.
Obviously, that old school way of I have no idea how those light gun things worked, but somehow it worked when you pointed it at your TV without needing a little bar like the Wii has or a camera like the Kinect has.
Oh yeah, yeah. Consoles have come so far that consoles are no longer video game things. They play video games, but they're not just for video games anymore. It's kind of sad.
Yep.
We've come so long as a way, but with that, my friends, we got to hit this button.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.
The moves, the strategies, and the flair. Super fast tortoise is running the show. The crowd goes wild wherever he goes.
That's right, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. Let me pop this picture off screen. Boop. All right. Well, we'll have fun. We'll have fun. Let's get to the topic today. And look at that cute turtle with a wizarding hat. A time crisis slapped like Rick James. Nice. Working tube TV, hard to find now. Yep, CRT TVs.
Yep.
All right. So let's get to the Tortoise part, where Tortoise talks his monologue, because Tortoise writes a monologue every day. He was accredited for being a very creative person earlier. Kind of embarrassing. The new wave of Magic the Gathering is here, and we are seeing that Wizards of the Coast is branching a new wave of a new era of Magic the Gathering, going from innovating sets and solid creative thinking to more pop culture and IP sharing, where most of the sets coming out this year, or half the sets coming out this year, are Universes Beyond. Questions arise to our brains, like, is Wizards of the Coast running out of ideas? Or are they being lazy? Or is there going to be is going into different IPs the new fad to dedicate half your product line to for other IPs? Is the IP thing something that's going to be popular and stick around? Is Magic the Gathering going to have a strong identity with it? Who knows? I get frustrated, yet almost excited about what we are no longer putting a full emphasis on MTG-based product, right? It's frustrating that the product line, like of solid Magic the Gathering, gets frustrating. But I get excited over the new IPs. I have to explain myself because that makes no sense the way I wrote it, right? We're not putting a full emphasis on the Magic-based set. Like Magic the Gathering is not Magic the Gathering straightforward for the entire standard. Looks like Duskmourn and Foundation sold and are selling well, which is good news. We want that kind of stuff. What could it be that we don't understand? I'm excited for the Spiderman set, but are we ready? The question is are we ready for a set like Spider-Man or Final Fantasy? Who knows? It's both exciting and scary, and I want to get into this topic because it's a different realm out there. Like Mortal Kombat in its way is kind of shared IPs, but they do it a different way, right? You get Mortal Kombat, and you can unlock characters that are from different horror movie franchises. Like you play Jason, Predator, Freddy Krueger. You probably play the clown from It, Pennywise, and stuff like that. It's going to be different.
Mm-hmm. Well, my opinion about this is it seems like, to me, it does seem like, they're releasing, 3 Universes Beyond 2025.
Mm.
And to me, it makes me think, if after I sit back and look at them, I'm like, all right, 3 Magic, 3 IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think that they are running out of ideas. It also makes me think eventually in the future there will not be no Magic. It will just be all IPs. It'll be Magic, but they're going to switch all over to nothing but IPs.
Makes sense. After all, it was said. It was even mentioned in a show that I was at last night that Hasbro is a company that deals in holding IPs. All right. What they do is they hold IPs, they make the physicalization of those IPs for us to own. So, I'm not directly calling it a toy company, but their company wouldn't be able to survive if they don't make these arrangements with different companies like Disney, Sony, Universal to create these character IPs to go along with their sets as a side thing. I mean, it doesn't affect your game really as far as Hasbro is concerned, because they're making money on selling a product to the Marvel nerds. They're, they figure if you don't want it, you're not going to buy it.
Right.
I mean, the game's been around for how long? Was it 30 years? Yeah,
30 plus
it's quite a long time. So it's not a surprise that at some point you're going to end up running out of ideas or hitting a sort of a rut. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they have got to a slight point where they've got a bit bored and, a bit complacent of, well, we've got this going. We don't need to push, people are interested in the game. So it's not like you have to drive to get your audience. They've got a large player base. So it's almost like, have they got a little just complacent and what's simpler?
Well, like, I'm curious to where it's going. Like, I mean, how long is it till we actually get a Pokemon Magic the Gathering set? Redundant, right?
Yeah.
That is a good question. I think if that would have happened, a collaboration with Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, that would have happened already when Wizards of the Coast printed Pokemon cards.
Well, no, the big IPs, we're buying IPs now, right? We're owning IPs. Nintendo owns Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right? But the IP is borrowed by other people. So if they rented out the IP or whatever the correct terminology is for getting use of an IP, they could do Pokemon. Now, I'm not excited for Pokemon, but I'm just using Pokemon as a reference because it's another card game. Have another card game as a part of a card game. Like how creative are you going to be? How creative are you going to jump in? And where's the lack of creativity in this? Like I think Magic has a great lore, right? A great storyline. Like it's convoluted with all the storyline gets convoluted with all the flashy things in front of you, but it's still there. You can go to Wizards of Web Coast website and read the story of Magic the Gathering and not get lost. But with all the stuff happening in standard and all the flash product every 2 months, it's a little daunting. But
all right, think about it this way, right? You have your comic books and you have movies the way they're put out there. They're two completely different products, but they work hand in hand together.
Oh yeah,
you can use these cards in your gameplay, but the addition to of the Marvel cards, unless they intend to do it, don't really have anything to do with the lore to the game. So
right,
it's two different products that can be used as one.
Right. And I'm not complaining about Magic. I'm still excited, right, for Magic the Gathering. I'm excited for Spiderman. Final Fantasy has me curious on how they're going to treat the IP, like what they're going to do with cards and stuff, right? But when we get to this world where everything's IPs, when does Magic lose its identity as Magic the Gathering? Like it'll be Magic the Gathering, but pretty soon, if Universes Beyond were to take control of the game, and now you have Magic Universes Beyond Harry Potter, Magic Universes Beyond Sharknado, or Universes Beyond whatever IP they can get their grubby little hands on, Mortal Kombat, which I would completely go broke over if I could.
The fact you put Harry Potter there next to Sharknado,
yeah,
that triggers me slightly. That they are nowhere near the same class.
No, Harry Potter is more on the lines of snakes on a plane.
Hey,
who put the snakes on the plane?
Right. That's awesome little beat there. I like that. Um, yeah. Hello, TCG player. I didn't mean to ignore you.
Dude.
Just on the thought.
Yeah,
How you
that's
doing?
right, dude. I've been here for like 5 minutes, dude. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. No, I actually find it a little, amusing that you kind of off put with the SpongeBob, but you're like, give me the Mortal Kombat Liu Kang.
Well, SpongeBob doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. Like my brain lately, it's been trying to wrap around is what kind of creature would SpongeBob be? Like, would it be hilarious if he was a Darksteel Colossus?
Right. That
You
is
know?
a really good question. I think there was another video I glossed over yesterday that was asking, what would SpongeBob be and all that.
Yeah.
Just like to backtrack slightly to the Final Fantasy one, we can assume safely that characters are just going to be creatures, right?
Right.
They may end up turning one into a planeswalker, which would be absolutely nuts.
Right.
But what are the summons gonna be? Right?
That,
Like your Bahamut's, your Ifrits, like
yeah, the summon monsters. Like, I'm so excited. I'm also excited for modal spells. Can you imagine playing spells with special designs that are like the little bar from the old school Final Fantasy that pop up? It's like choose an option. Summon monster. The summon straight attack.
right
Choose a
items,
spell.
fight, run.
Right.
No, check this. I'm gonna top you. Check this. You know how they already have split cards and
Yeah.
modal dual face cards? What if they just have a 3 squared card on front for like fire 1, fire 2, fire 3, right?
that'd be
3
cool.
spells on 1 card.
Wow.
That'd be weird and cool at the same time. Like, what if like they could be a spree card? Could spree exist where the different mana options choose a different spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Cane Shaker says if you go back to what was called the fireside chat, you would see that they were discussing some of this a long time ago. That's very true. However, I'm not a fan of half of the next year's set. It's going to be Universe Beyond. All I can do is vote with my wallet. That's very true, and we suggest doing that the exact way.
Yep.
And Cane Shaker says the fireside chat was the beginning of what is to come for the future of Magic the Gathering and D&D, which I still hold hope for the future of Magic. Magic's still a great IP. What's going on is we're going through a lot of change, and no one likes change, even if nothing's wrong with the set.
Right.
Change, spare change. Anybody got any change?
Right.
It's been around for 30 years. It's gonna fluctuate, and there's gonna have to be changes that happen. Some of those changes aren't necessarily going to be a good one, and it's gonna take them a bit to realize, we just made a boo-boo here, and then to maybe backtrack or to fix that. To happen, obviously, nowadays when we get games released, 9 out of 10 of the times it's released with bugs, and then they go in and they tweak and fix what they should have done beforehand.
Right.
But I think sort of a similar. It's fluxing. It's working out.
That's a
how
great
to...
point, Hellwheeler. Imagine when WotC starts handing out patch cards for free. Oops, we messed up on version 1.0.
I'm sorry,
Right.
we just realized we printed this and it was way, way too cheap. Here, add some extra mana to it.
Nice. Cane Shaker says WotC should have continued to be open with information like that on a continuous basis. That would have been awesome. Cane Shaker, great idea, great thought.
Yep.
But that fireside chat got such a backlash, and it got backlash because not everybody understood everything that was being said. They heard the words. They took most of the words biasly. There are some words that were said that were definitely not good with the whole D&D debacle back then. But like the truth is, like, even if I was a mega business head, I wouldn't unless I was a mega business head, I do not understand all the lingo that's used in the word. So when they talk about certain things, the average American might hear something bad, but in the company terms, it's like, we're trying this, we're going to see if it works. But when they sell it to a company, they're going to say, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to be. You know, there's a lot of lingo I don't understand, but Magic, Wizards of the Coast, they're going to do their own thing, and Wizards of the Coast has the power to do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they get the luck of having the ability to do whatever they want while working for a company and doing what the company says. So they get the best of both worlds. They get structure and they get open world concepting, which is weird to think about. Kind of weird to hear as I say it. So, but like in the eyes of the company, the Universes Beyond is going to be completely different. It's how we're perceiving the future. We're not in the future yet, right? It's how we're perceiving the future. What we're seeing in the future makes us wonder, because not only do we got 3 Universes Beyond sets this year, we know at the end of the year there's a unknown Universes Beyond set coming out, right?
Yep.
So that's 4, right? That's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's kind of exciting because we don't know what's going on.
The suspense.
The suspense. But now that we are here, D&D seems to be doing well, and the direction is great for a great future. Well, that's because they didn't do all the stuff they were talking about back then, for sure.
Right.
Because like back then they were like wanting to upcharge everything, charge D&D campaigners. Well, not campaigners. They wanted to do stuff with they wanted DMs to register. They wanted people to charge for certain things and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. And I can't remember it all basically, but it was crazy. In fact, it's even off topic. Gravity Hammer Bro says the only Universe Beyond set I'm excited for would be The Last Airbender. That'd be a good one too.
Oh yeah, it would be. I'd be interested in that in myself.
Right.
See, there you go. Even Hillbilly wants some Universes Beyond at some point.
Look, you might not agree with all Universes Beyond, but there's going to be a Universes Beyond that speaks to you down the road, you know? That's why we can't hate him. That's why you can't hate SpongeBob. Like, my son loves SpongeBob as from when he was a kid, you know?
Right.
I certainly wouldn't say to hate the Universes Beyond and things. They have their place, and I think from what it seems and things, from everything I've heard and things, that it's kind of overstepping its mark.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs to back up a little bit and let the main magic, continue to take the throne.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but what I think and what we have in store for us, our future is ain't gonna be no more magic cards. It's gonna be all Universes Beyond magic cards.
Oh, well, see, I don't think that's going to be true. Let me get back to Kenny Shaker's comment, and I'll explain why after. There will always be those that do not want any change and may voice their opinions. That's very true.
Correct.
It's very true. Because, like I said, change is a hard thing. So, going back to Hillbilly, I don't think Universes Beyond is going to take over everything. They might take over a lot. I mean, come on, we got 4 out of 7 sets this year coming out that are Universes Beyond.
Yep.
Magic the Gathering is going to have its lore, but it might end up like Japan, China, where so many IPs are introduced that Magic the Gathering's everything and itself. The one thing that would worry the most when it came to change is if, for example, Spiderman came out, because it's standard set. If the Spider-Man started bleeding into the lore of Magic's base set or base storyline, that's what would worry me. But at the same time, if you remember the early 90s and the 80s, when they came up with like some cool product, they'd always find a way to bring the storyline into the real world a little and make something a part of the world of whatever it's suggesting. Like, say, let's take Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When they brought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to do a Pizza Hut or Domino's commercial, I think Pizza Hut mainly, they did a Pizza Hut commercial. They try to make that like part of the lore of Ninja Turtles. When we get Pizza Hut magic cards, let's hope that doesn't become part of the lore of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think that they're going to end up like Hillbilly thinks. He thinks that it's only going to be Universe Beyond. Like, I don't think that they'd end up that way. I think there'd be too much outcry from the genuine Magic ones. Now, whether or not Universes Beyond starts to become the main sets that are released, and you're only going to end up with like one genuine Magic original lore sort of set.
Oh yeah.
But I think that they still have to release some. I don't think it could end up getting diluted that much that they couldn't release any proper Magic cards per se.
Right, but look, let's take this idea and take the parable, the metaphor of a boiling lobster. You know that story about the boiling lobster?
It becomes my dinner.
Right. So the boiling lobster is about how you boil lobster. What you do is you stick a lobster in a cold pot of water where it's normal, like room temperature kind of thing. They get comfortable. Then you turn the heat on to a slow heat. So the temperature of the water slowly warms up, because if the temperature of the water slowly warms up, the lobster won't realize the water's getting hot, so it won't try. So by the time it's too hot and starts cooking the lobster, it'll be too late. With that in mind, I think the fear that a lot of people are having when it comes to this is that we're starting to see the temperature change in Magic the Gathering. Instead of being the lobster just sitting down, we don't know how long the temperature has been changing, that we don't know if it's too late for ourselves. And so the panicking issue in our brains going off the mechanism. Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to correct things. People are complaining about it. We do not fully understand it. And because what worked for us in the past with Magic the Gathering is not exactly how it's going to work in the future. And, just like the video game consoles we were covering, what worked for us in the past doesn't exactly sell in the future anymore. So the change that's coming feels like a warning sign. Things are going crazy, out of whack, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. When the new wave, a new era of Magic is just a lot of change. It's a lot of difference, and it brings up a lot of questions. I mean, anybody want to chime in here?
Well, I mean, I'll do like Universes Beyond. I always have liked them. I've always thought that they should be in their own space area in Magic. And which they can be good. And just like this comment here, a quarter of the set, is Universes Beyond. Most of the sets are Universes Beyond, but that's okay because really these Universes Beyond, I believe, are just going to be reprints, reskinned.
Right.
Well, I've noticed they've done that. Just for example, look at the Marvel Secret Lair they just dropped. They're reprints, but they're just in a different skin.
Right. So that's another thing. We don't know how many mechanically unique cards they're coming out with. We don't know how many reskins we're going to get. We don't know all that. Gravity Hammer Bro says the other problem I have is how WotC's making their main sets only a quarter of the year sets. Yeah, that's one of the scariest things.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, TCG dude, is there any thought process you have going on?
Yeah, I'm just in here listening to y'all. One of the thoughts when I first skimmed over your monologue this morning for the show notes, I was thinking to myself, that's the Fortnitification essentially. So Magic it's not like a small shrubbery anymore. It's a big tall tree. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like it's a platform essentially now, the same way that Fortnite is, and how they're able to bring in a lot of IPs. You should check out, if you haven't, a video from another creator, Spice 8 Rack. It's a long one though, so you might want to put it on 1.25 or 1.5 speed. But he really breaks down the Fortnite-ification of Magic, if you will. One of my like still kind of crusty-eyed waking up thoughts was Chuck Taylors, man. You know how long those have been around for?
I still wear them.
Yeah. Right. Well, they're still in business, and like it's the same functional shoe. Like I know it's not easy. It's maybe apples to oranges, shoes to cards. But like, I don't know. I think that Chucks have had thousands of variants, right? Not just the traditional black and white.
Oh yeah.
And nobody's like out here picketing Chucks, right? There may be some people who naysay and are elitists or purists rather. Like, no, if it's not the black and white original, it's not a Chuck Taylor. You know what I'm saying? With all their 6'9", rainbow colored variants.
Right, you could use the same remarks about Nike. They change the shape of their shoe and the soles. They've done so many things. When is the shoe not a shoe anymore? When they keep making shoes with like different soles, different paddings. You can jump higher. Remember shoes with the little pump that pumps air in your shoes?
Yeah,
on the tongue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the tongue. It was one of the Nike Airs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ken Chicken says, as an arena player, Hillbilly, you will need to get used to the direction before Magic. Arena is where Watsy sees that lots of players are enjoying these new changes in the game. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying that the changes is bad. I'm not, or anything like that. I mean, yeah, it's going to be fun seeing these new IPs. Don't get me wrong, but it's everything I'm saying is just my opinion about it. That's all.
I think the biggest problem with the change Hillbilly's having overall is how fast standard sets are going to be hitting him this year. Instead of every 3 months, it's going to be every 2 months. And if he wants to keep up with standard, he's got to be able to keep up with that.
Right. Now, that's going to be kind of hard for me to do now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. As much as it's kind of a double-edged statement, when Hasbro or Watsy was like, this product may not be for you. Like that sentiment is kind of ringing a little bit more true as time goes on, and we're seeing how many of what's being released. It's just like, maybe they're right. Maybe I don't have to buy every product. Like if say Aether Drift comes out with some super cool single that I'm just like, oh my god, I need to have that. I'm not gonna buy boxes chasing that card. I'm just gonna buy the one card and then be done with that product and wait until the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Right. To go on with what you're saying, because I've thought about it when they said don't interact with cards you don't really want to interact with, like product. I mean, right? Like, some of the actions Wizards of the Coast been taking, it's like they said it, but they're trying to get you to not believe it because they're like, don't interact with products they want to interact with. And here, like in Hillbilly's case, he wants to interact with standard, but he didn't want to interact with a lot of universes beyond. But like, now you might have if you want to stay in standard, you should probably interact with universes beyond.
Well, that means that Wizards of the Coast is doing their job in making you want the product.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Well, it's not about wanting the product in this case. It's about for example, Modern, right? You liked Modern, right, TCG dude?
I'm literally shuffling my Modern mill deck while we're doing this podcast.
Like when they make a set like Modern Horizons 3, that grabs your attention if you interact with it or not.
Well, yeah, as a Modern player, I think it behooves me to have some interest in it. I personally didn't buy more than $1.50 worth of packs, but now that's still a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's like
hold on.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Imagine every 2 months a Modern Horizons set comes out.
Well, that would be a little intense. I don't think that, but that power level of that product has, been openly more powerful than standard and other commander releases. So Wizards is like, we're not doing that anymore.
The point is you love playing Modern. The Modern sets sets that come out straight to Modern were coming out like every 3 months. Now, these Universes Beyond sets are going to be modern legal when they come out.
Yeah, they're going to be all format legal, which is
Yeah.
really cool to other format players for Pioneer,
Right.
Commander. Yeah.
Which is cool. I know some creators out there are disagreeing with it, but what I'm saying is what's happening is the tempo of Magic is changing. Instead of like every 3 months standards coming out, it's every 2 months now. With Modern, instead of every 3 months, every 2 months, Modern is getting a new set. Right? That, and it's instead of like Commander players are the only people who are really not complaining, because they're Commander players now. I don't have to buy boxes to get the cards I want. I can just buy the singles, and I don't have to interact with the product that way. But for people who are ultra competitive in the formats they love, like Standard, Modern, people like to keep up, always keep an eye on that. And then they feel forced to interact with some of the product just to stay relevant in some formats. Because, not every format's going to change Storm,
Well, and that's the thing there. Yeah, staying relevant. That's a key point there. If you're competitive and you really want to win, then that might be a thing for you. But if that's the case, then you probably already A, have your budget set aside, and B, if you're competitive like that, you're probably getting prize winnings and able to trade in for some of that stuff too.
Maybe. But having to keep up with it, like
that's a lot of pressure.
Good. That's only if you're good and competitive, because you can be competitive and like still suck. Just say it. I used to try to compete against some of my older family members of the kids, and you get pushed down, you still get pushed down.
Yeah.
All right, Zombie, have a good one.
See you, Zombie.
He's got to run. All right. But Zombie does think Mill's awesome. But yeah, so WotC's pushing out product. The best way I can explain it is WotC's putting a lot of pressure on people who want to stay relevant, and that's what it is. But other than that, there's still a lot of fun things coming out, a lot of exciting things. But the most important thing is we got to get to
hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we game. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town.
Billy will play boosters in hand. Magic the Gathering is where he stands. Booster, stack up like a dream in this world. He's the dream of opening fire, emotions on the wire. His hands are his tools for the fight, flipping cards all through the night. Hopes and dreams in every pack, he won't ever turn his back. Fire in every pack, he opens.
Alrighty,
let's get it. Let's open it.
Crack the pack.
Crack the pack.
Ooh, that was
It's eager. It's an eager pack.
That was easy. Got a gremlin.
You're a hillbilly on a card.
Orphans of the Wheat.
Orphans of the Wheat instead of Children of the Corn.
Rachel's Carnival.
Ooh.
Beastie Defender.
Nice.
Under the Skin. Proud Stomper.
Nice.
First Windbreaker.
Ooh.
Blood Spinner. Give into Valance. Daggermaw. Bloodgadon.
That one looks cool.
Bashful Beastie.
Nice.
Final Vengeance.
Ooh.
Turned Inside Out. Possessed Goat. Glimmerburst.
Glimmerburst. Woo.
Goat.
It's pretty amazing. Pretty cool. Oh, whoops. All right, everybody. Time to relax and jive. Hope the coffee's kicking in for you. Hope you're relaxing and chillaxing. I mean, what do you guys think about the conversation today? Was it fun? Let us know in the comments below. If this is a rewatch of the live stream, we'd definitely like to know. But yeah, you guys rock. You guys rule for sure. When we don't hate Magic, we don't think it's horrible. we're just talking about the changes in Magic and how it's making us feel. Well, we're going to start getting into the shill section. We're going to start with the card-headed skull TCG dude with.
Hey, what up, everybody? I'm Alex, the TCG dude, out here trying to keep the flame lit. You know, this Universes Beyond is leaving a lot of salt in people's mouth, but I'm here to scrub it out. So, yeah, man. If you're interested in Magic parodies, I got one over on my channel called My Hand. It's a nice ha-ha song, 2 minutes long. Go check it out. If you want to play Magic with me, you can always hit me up in the Discords. I do Arena and MTGO. If you are looking to get Magic cards, I got a box battle series going on with Japanese core sets. We're currently on 2013. $30 is going to get you 5 packs to your door, and we're battling high-low CMC to win an extra 3 packs. So, yeah, man, if you're interested in that, I'll post up the Discord link. And I think this is cross-posted in mine and DJ's Discord. So, yeah, either one will ping either one, and I will be notified, and we can link up on that. So, yeah, thanks for having me on today, Tortoise.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you jumped on. And we're going to roll on to the KJ Head in the Jar. Oh, hold on, I forgot to do stuff. All right. Are you okay? Hey, KJ?
Oh, I thought you wanted me to hold on.
No. Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. How you doing today? KJ Cowboy Dan here. We got a lot of exciting stuff going on. And one of which is that I hit 104 followers on Twitch. 104. One more. Just need that 105. 105. Are you going to be that 105? We have our Minecraft server open, and a few of us have been streaming some Minecraft games. And once I get 10 subscribers on Twitch, whether it be a Prime sub or higher, we're going to get a spinner wheel out, and you guys can join us on Minecraft.
Ooh.
In our own private little world.
Where you can have your private little tree.
Exactly.
Yeah. Minecraft is fun.
Minecraft is awesome. And we're going to roll off to Willer.
Hey. Well, since we're all showing out our numbers, I'm at 81 subscribers. So I'm slowly creeping up there, up to the little 100. Tonight we have the Lolcal TCG Question Chaos. It's going to be a yummy night tonight. We're looking at cards that have food on them. So we're going to have a nice chill chat and discuss these cards, how they can be used. And yeah, just have a good little evening.
Good little evening. Sounds amazing. All right. Now we're going to roll off into Super Fast. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Inside joke.
All right. Tomorrow will not be a morning stream because I got to take my dog to the vet. But let's talk about today. Today at 2:00, I'm going to be trying to climb that ladder, trying to get to the mythic rank on Arena. If you want to see some Arena gameplay playing Magic, come on by at 2:00 Central Standard Time.
Oh, sounds awesome. Now for the Super Fast Tortoise for real. So tonight is Friday. So Hillbilly and I at 8 p.m. on my channel. If you're part of Discord, we're gonna try to get a Commander game going on for Friday Night Magic. Commander, you are invited to it. If you're part of Discord, if you got the whole setup for Spell Table, you're welcome to join us. There'll be a time during the day where I'm going to make a shout out to everybody in Discord, see who wants to play Magic. And we'll have the time set up. It'll be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. So, don't forget, also, November 22nd, we're going to have a fundraiser auction for those the channel members and creep that want to help out and participate. We're gonna have a fundraiser auction so I can get some coffee cups made to give out to people of the channel. Held on November 22nd, 2024, live only on YouTube.
There's a full bag right over there.
Yeah. Pay using only PayPal, and after the auction, when you are done bidding, PayPal use friends and family notes for YouTube and Discord name. Use the part of the Discord for communication purposes, and be starting at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Whoop, whoop. And with that, I want to thank everybody for joining along, hanging around, being awesome, being amazing. Thank you, Hillbilly, KJ, TC Dude, Hellbilly, for being on the show. Everybody in chat, you rock, you roll. And I remind you that I want to remind you for sure, right, that you're loved, someone's thinking about you, and make someone's day a little bit brighter today. I totally want to thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it, 100%. Like this video as if it's your favorite kind of pizza, dude. And if you wouldn't mind, consider smashing that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. Every one of these things you do helps the channel out a lot.
The moves, the strategies, and the flair. Supervised daughters is running the show. The crowd goes wild wherever he goes.